And joining us on the line, one of our favorites, KT McFarland, National Security Analyst for Fox News. Good morning to you, KT.
Good morning.
All right, so listen, I want to start off with this story, this bombshell report from Catherine Herridge over at Fox News, that she's obtained a letter from the Inspector General of the Intelligence Community, a guy by the name of Charles McCullough, which says that there are several dozen emails on Hillary's server that the intelligence community has decided in a sworn declaration violated the rules. These were confidential, secret, top secret, and SAP level. Mm-hmm. This is really, really a big development. Don't you agree?
Hillary Clinton will not be the Democrat nominee.
Wow.
Here's the thing, and by the way, this memorandum that Catherine Herridge at Fox News obtained was unclassified. In other words, it was meant to be leaked. First, there are two issues on the FBI investigations ever. One is the mishandling of highly classified documents, and now that she's mishandled code word documents, which may have put at risk sources. In other words, the spies who gave us information may be outed. That's serious enough. That's negligence, and that's prosecutable, and there's enormous evidence that she's done that. The second one, though, and I think more troubling for Hillary, is the criminal investigation into the connection between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department.
Right.
It has long been whispered, and now there may in fact be proof that companies or countries donated to the Clinton Foundation, paid Bill millions in fees to get favorable treatment from the State Department. And if there is an email connection, he got this amount of money for a speech way above the normal fees she was considering, or the State Department was considering, export licenses to this country or with this company, and there's a connection, then I think the American people get that. They may not understand classification, secret, or top secret, code word. They may not understand that or care a lot. But what everybody in America understands is lining your pockets because of your position in government. Everybody understands corruption. Everybody understands kickback.
Well, I think people do get the top secret information and how important it is to protect it. Let me just ask you one other follow-up on that particular part of it. We have also seen a story that says that the Pentagon is considering whether to go and reconsider the punishment that was meted out to David Petraeus for his mishandling of classified data.
I think there are 2 points to that. One, it's a warning shot across the bow to Hillary. You know, if we're going to do something like this to Petraeus, we're not done with Petraeus yet for doing the lesser of your crimes. Hard to say they're going to tell Hillary while you're getting off scot-free. And secondly, I think it's a shot across the bow at Petraeus himself saying, you know, now that movie, 13 Hours, is out, now that it still leaves a lot of question marks about was there a stand-down order, what was the CIA connection to this, you were the guy who would know what happened for those several hours that evening between Secretary Clinton and President Obama. Here's a shot across the bow. If you open your yap, we're still things we can do to hurt you.
I think you're absolutely right about that. Absolutely.
KT McFarland, you just mentioned the movie 13 Hours. I don't know if you've seen it, and I
did.
You did.
I went to a premiere, and I was actually horrified by it.
I was too. I was too, and I was angry when I saw it. I was very angry that Republican candidates aren't talking about this more, and there are still so many questions. What more should be done to get to the bottom of the failure of the American government in that horrible day?
Well, first of all, the Gowdy investigation and the Gowdy hearings, I'm so mad at those guys.
Yeah.
You know, they all just preened and paraded so that they could get their moment in the sun, and they didn't ask the tough questions, which the movie brings out. What were those people doing? What were the CIA? What were the contractors doing in Benghazi in the first place? They were buying up weapons from Gaddafi's stockpile that were loose on the black market. What did they do with them? Did they mail them back to Washington? Yeah. Did they dismantle them? They don't throw those in the trash.
Where are those weapons now?
Or were they trying to gun run? Were they trying to take those weapons and pass them along to the Syrian rebels, the friendly Syrian rebels? Either they failed in doing that and we have the rise of ISIS as a result because the Syrian moderate rebels didn't exist, weren't armed, or the people we were arming turned out to be ISIS. Either way, to me, that's the core of it all.
If I could shift gears with you on the Iran deal that happened over the weekend, of course, we're all thrilled that our Americans are home, and that is critically important, and thank God they're out of harm's way. But it turns out there's still some Americans being held in Iran, and I wonder if you believe that this ultimately was not necessarily a success of diplomacy the way the Obama administration has been touting it.
I think that the Obama administration, that Secretary Kerry, President Obama, Secretary Clinton before her, have taken a major and massive bet with the security of the United States and, frankly, the world. Their bet is that by giving Iran everything it wanted, by having a lopsided deal in Iran's favor, that the moderates in Iran, the people that they were negotiating with, the guys who spoke English, the guys who went to MIT with me, that those guys are going to somehow run Iran. That by doing this deal, the moderates are going to win the parliamentary elections in late February. They're going to take the charge of Iran. They're going to change Iran. They're going to have Iran give up its evil ways so that by the time Iran gets nuclear weapons, by the time Iran is the dominant economic power in the region, Iran will be our buddy. Well, guess what? Bad bet. Why? Because within hours of getting the first installment payments, the Iranian supreme leader said, oh, by the way, those moderates, they're not going to be allowed to run in that parliamentary election. And while Secretary Kerry was touting and thanking the wonderful Iranian government for releasing the American sailors, they were busy doing a video that went viral around the world of America on its knees to Iran.
Well, we're going to have to leave it right there, but it couldn't be a better day to have you, Katie. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jen.